Are you tired of streaks? Not those type of streaks. Not this kind of streaking either. What the heck? The streaking that I'm talking about is on your roof. We use shingles with a high copper content to give your roof a clean, sharp, streak-free appearance for years to come.
The Web Design Ninja is your one-stop shop for all things internet. Our dedicated team has been building internet solutions for businesses large and small since 1993. We specialize in creating eye-catching designs, search engine optimization, complex e-commerce, and custom app integration. Whether you need a simple website or a complex e-commerce or phone app, our team of experts is here for you. Give us a
Hey, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. I don't even know what time it is.
It's definitely nighttime.
God, man, I've been
Although
going
it's
since
light
like
out,
2
it's nice.
a.m. It's like totally weird.
It's nice that
So-
it's light out. This time changes. Can we
Yeah.
leave this time change now forever?
You know
Back to
what?
back
It is
together.
good because the Sunset Cruise comes in later and I'm not like scrambling at 5 o'clock to pull away from the dock.
Anybody struggling early in the morning when it's so dark though?
Why?
Well, you're up when
I
it's
know.
dark all the
I'm up at
time.
like
It doesn't
2:30, 3
change you
o'clock.
anyway.
It doesn't change. It's always dark when
Ridiculous.
I'm up. So anyway.
Well, welcome
But
everybody.
hey, we got Joanne. So Howard is back in the booth because we're talking about Joanne's favorite subject tonight. And before we get started, let's just go over our disclaimer. We just covered all that. It probably ran during the commercials, but anyway, don't do as we say or do as we do. This is entertainment purposes only. It's not our fault if you don't like what we say. Just change the channel and kick back, have fun, and enjoy. And with that, I got we have Angie. I was gonna say like it's like co-hosting deal. So we got Angie.
I'm the mediator between you and Howard.
Okay.
I just say I'm the mediator.
Yeah, there you go. So the host, and then we got Joanne. Finally, yeah, she rarely comes out from behind the camera to in front of the camera, but we're doing the wine thing, and I'm going to let her introduce our special guest.
So we have an amazing special guest with us tonight.
Yeah, and I didn't get a glass of wine, so I'm drinking my rum, but we might have to send somebody to go get a
Talk
glass.
So
Yeah.
no, it is not for guests only. So we have Jamie, and Jamie, I want you to pronounce the name of your winery because I'm a little shaky
Well,
on that
Master
one.
Cure.
Vino Ghvino 21.
Okay, I would have had it right, but I wasn't 100% sure. And she has an amazing winery, an amazing story, and she's right here in the Tampa Bay area. She's right on 41. She's literally 15 minutes from Waterset from my house right here.
No, so we're on 41. Before we get started, I need to
I'm-
sample.
I would
Yeah,
say
I'm in the Scotch
Teo-
class now, but we're going to
Teo
try
needs
some of
wine.
that.
I had some earlier, so don't think I haven't partaken.
So, and
Just
then
a
there's-
dab.
I
I'll
have
do a
to
stab of the
use
spark, and then we'll switch to the red.
I
So,
was going to say.
because I'll just that's good. That's good. I'm going to just triple fist it here. So where's your place on 41?
South 50th Street.
So it's right before you get to the bridge going over to where you can get onto the Summit Expressway.
Okay.
So real simple. It's there.
Oh,
You go.
gotcha. Okay.
Yes. And it's in a great location, and it's this great, beautiful red house building with lots of parking.
Oh, that's
And
refreshing.
yeah, it's really, really beautiful. So could you start by telling everybody, she has the most amazing story on how she started this and where you're from.
Yes.
I love when you tell this story.
Yes. I am from Jasper, Florida. Jasper, Florida is Hamilton County. It is the first exit into Florida on 75 when you're coming into the state. And if you blink, you may miss it. I tell people I'm way down yonder on the Swanee River is where I'm from, because the Swanee River runs right through Hamilton County. It's a beautiful little county. I was born and raised there. I am multi-generational Floridian, so hence the old Florida Southern accent. My wine comes from the country of Georgia in Eastern Europe. And when I am presenting wine and I'm giving speeches and I say that I have wine from Georgia, I have to, accentuate it's from the country of Georgia in Eastern Europe, because people think with this accent that I'm saying that I have wine from the state north of us. And I'm like, no, it's not muscadine wine. The wine is from the country of Georgia in Eastern Europe, that great Caucasus Mountain region. And of course, the wine grown and bottled there, and then we cargo ship it over to the United States through our beautiful Florida ports for U.S. distribution. We have 21 labels total.
Wow.
All of our wine is natural, organic, no sulfites. No sulfites means no headache, no hangover. And that means you can drink as much as my wine as you like and never feel bad for it the next day.
Did you hear that?
Did you hear that, Howard? I can drink as much as I want.
So, I mean, I can honestly, I've been to your facility and it is gorgeous.
Thank you.
I've sat through your wine tastings and I've tasted many.
Yes.
And I can tell you that you can partake in quite a bit and you still feel okay the next day.
Absolutely.
So I truly appreciate the no sulfites. It's really nice.
Yes, we've gotten the reputation here in the U.S. as the no headache wine
Yep.
or the no hangover wine. And I think if you're going to drink something that's good for you. Drink something
Definitely.
that's not going to make you feel like crap the next day. And there's a lot of fun in going through several bottles and tying one on and then waking up the next day and going, wow, it's like that never happened.
Now, there's also another something that's special about you. You are the only.
Yes. I am the first woman in world history to be allowed to grow, bottle, and export wine from the country of Georgia into the United States. I did not know at the time when I was starting this venture that I was the first solo woman given approval by the Georgian government. And I found out when Governor DeSantis approved my federal license for U.S. importation, which happened January 1st, 2021. So we added the 21 to the name Vino Ghvino 21. There are not a lot of Georgian wine importers here in the United States. But yes, I did make history by being the first solo woman.
Congratulations. That's cool.
Yes. Thank you. Very proud.
So tell us a little bit about the label and how that kind of builds bridges your crest.
Yes, the label, we had our first shipment of wine and the first vintage that we went through. We had a beautiful label. It had our crest. Our crest itself tells a story. And then the next vintage, we decided to change the label up a little bit. On the bottle is the silhouette of a woman. It's actually my silhouette.
Okay.
Because there was interest in me being, somehow on the bottle because of this great historic feat, and I just did not want myself on the bottle. And I agreed to. I compromised, and with the design, I said, it can be my silhouette, but I have to be faceless because this great historic thing that I've done, which is almost the impossible. I mean, just the things that I've gone through just to get this wine here in the United States, it's really next to impossible. So I said that the lady on the bottle had to be faceless because she could be any woman.
Cool.
That if I could do it, any woman could do it. And I wanted to, really put that out there to be supportive of women that's trying to start businesses, trying to do the impossible, trying to, make it. So she is faceless.
I will tell you, after I was at your facility and heard that story, I purposely bought one of those bottles, and it sits in my kitchen on the shelf because I think that story is amazing. And a lot of us work really hard being entrepreneurs and trying to take it to the next level. And so I actually have the bottle with you on it in my kitchen.
I love it. Thank you.
You also actually went one step further. You didn't just, you have this beautiful company, this beautiful one, but you also have a networking group that is all women.
Yes. So the building that they're talking about is my wine warehouse. My husband and I actually bought that commercial property because, of course, when you have cargo containers of wine coming over, you have to have some place to store it. And if you've ever been to
I can give you my address.
Yeah, it's a lot of wine. If you've ever been to a liquor distributor or a wine warehouse, it's usually just a concrete floor, metal building, roll-up doors. And my wine is so special. It's so rare. I have vintages that have never before entered the United States until now. So my wine was so special. I was like, it can't just go in a warehouse that way. So we bought this commercial property and we renovated it. And I said, it's more of a wine home than a warehouse. And in the front of the building, we have a tasting room area, which you ladies have visited. Because besides the wholesale side of the company, we have the retail side of the company. And we have private wine tastings, and we've opened up the tasting room for community events, people in the community that want to hold, meetings or birthday parties, or they're promoting something. And so I thought the space, I love sharing it with the community. So with that, I decided to, I really hate networking. I just hate networking. I usually send Michael to do my networking for me. It's just icky. Like you go into a room and there's all these stuffy people in their suits, and I'm looking around and I'm like, I paid to be here, and they're never going to do business with me. So I decided I know that I needed to network, and I wanted to network with the community. And with my busy life and schedule and traveling back and forth from overseas, I was like, what if I just brought networking to me? I have the space here. So in our tasting room at our wine warehouse, I host a monthly women's networking group called Uncorking Potential. We call it UP. So Uncorking Potential is a free women's networking group. That's how I met Joanne, actually.
So if I wear a dress and I identify, no, okay.
No, wait. You can go to the men's group. The
there we
men
go.
that come with the women go with Michael back to the back.
Oh, perfect. All right. Okay.
Yeah. They
Perfect.
have sports on and cigars and yeah.
This group has meant so much to me. Like I said, it was something that I started that I was like, hey, I have the space. It's free. Women just getting together, talking about their businesses, what they're promoting, collaborating together, asking questions. Our group spans from the ages of, I think our youngest member is 22 and our oldest member right now is 64. So that's a broad age group, and I'm 47. So I'm somewhere in the middle. Right. And I have to say that the younger girls, I learned so much from them. Yeah, I mean, with their TikToks and on the gram and how they promote their businesses. I have to ask my adult children for, advice on what's hip or how to do these things. So I learn a lot from them. And then the older women in the group who, of course, have been in business, longer than me, and they know the ropes. I get a lot of information and knowledge from them. So it's just great. And the ladies are so lovely, the way they collaborate together, the way they work together, support each other. Our motto is let's raise each other up. And I'm just, it is one of the most important things in my life I've ever done, not just being the first woman in world history and owning an international wine label. This local community women's group has been the most important thing that I've ever done. So I'm very, very proud of it.
Is it open to
Congrats.
anyone, or is it by seat? Or
Yes, it's open. It's open to anyone.
Joanne and I don't have to beat each other up to go.
No, and
No.
there's plenty of realtors there. I actually am in there for the magazine. I don't even bother real estate in that group. I'm there for the magazine because there is there's room for everybody. It's
Yes.
such a welcoming, warm environment.
Even ladies in the same business profession, there's been no competition. They've actually collaborated together on things and ideas. So I can't speak enough about how lovely the ladies are. So,
it's really
so
great
proud.
to hear. I do a ton of networking, and a lot of times, a lot of networking groups are by seat only,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
there is enough
that's-
business to go around. So it's nice to hear, whatever your profession is, that everybody's welcome, and you'll learn from everybody, right?
Right.
And that's the beauty of networking. When you break down that, oh my gosh, why am I doing this? But when you actually go and you start collaborating, you do learn.
And
a lot
that's
from
the
one
thing.
another.
And I think people don't always understand when they go to networking groups, just because you're either in the same, or even if you're opposite, things that you do might work in my industry as well. It's not that you have to only do the things that you do that work, quote unquote, for your industry. You can look at other industries and go, wait, that I could make that work for mine. And it is the group of ladies that are there. They are the most warm, loving.
Yes.
You
just
give
help
them wine,
each
they're
other.
definitely going
Well,
to share
I was
more.
going to
Yeah.
say, I didn't want to interrupt you, but I was going to say,
Wine
the
makes
best
fun.
part of it is you're drinking wine while you're networking. I mean, you go to these stuffy networking groups, and you're lucky if you get food, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're not only getting food. Tara White, Grace Craze,
Yep. There's always
Brandon Riverview
charcuterie.
Grace Craze. They always supply this lovely charcuterie board.
Yeah.
So there's snacks, there's wine.
You had me at wine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Who needs
amazing.
to-
Yeah,
It
it's
is-
amazing.
It is. That's true. Howard just said it's an experience, and that's the thing. It's an experience. It's not. You almost, even though we know we're networking, you almost don't feel like you're networking.
Absolutely,
'Cause
absolutely.
We're all relaxed. We're all having a good time.
We have women that tell us or tell me every week or every month or when I see them that the most they get out of networking in the Tampa Bay area is coming to Uncorking Potential.
That's awesome.
And women really look forward to it from month to month. So it makes me very proud.
I have to
very
tell
proud.
you, I had to miss Thursday because I had an award ceremony,
Yes,
and I was so upset. that
you
I
were
had to
missed.
miss
You were
it.
missed. You were
I
missed.
really, really love.
Darn
going.
you for getting awards and being great at what you do.
No. But let me get back to wine. There is a difference in the way Georgia produces their wine versus the typical things from France and Italy. Can you explain that a little bit?
Yes. So if you were to look up or Google the country of Georgia, one of the first things that'll come up that you'll see usually are the terms either motherland of wine or cradle of
Yes.
wine. And that's because UNESCO declared the country of Georgia the motherland of wine, the original winemakers of the world in 2013.
It's like
that-
8,000 years old.
8,000 years they've been making wine. They found shards of what we call quervy clay pots in the Caucasus, and archaeologists predated them back 8,000 years. So they are the original winemakers of the world, and we still use in our wines. We still use that quervy method in some of our wines still today. So that method is highly sought after. France, Spain, Italy, even California. And how that process works with the quervy clay pots, there are these giant, almost egg-shaped clay pots, and they are buried in ground. They're large, like you three guys could fit inside one and still have room for activities.
That's my kind of clay
A
pot.
quervy, like the quervies that we make our wines in, they weigh about 2 tons and they hold 400 gallons of wine. And these quervy clay pots are buried
Road trip.
underground.
You're not putting it in your carry-on.
Okay.
Everything's
Yeah.
put inside, the stones rolled over top. And what a genius way. 8,000 years ago, they didn't have refrigeration, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
cold, dark, underground process. I mean, it's genius.
amazing.
It's
Yeah.
genius.
Now, if I remember right, they allowed you to transport one here for you.
So I do. I actually have 2 quervies. I have one inside my building. That size is considered like a home size. A lot of Georgians have those, like, you will walk into Georgian's living room and you'll see a circle, with like a stone, and it's the Cuervi was put in first and their home was built around it.
Oh, cool.
So that's
We're
their
not doing
home.
things right in the
Their,
US.
Yeah, we're
their
screwing that up.
home, each family usually has their own recipe of wine. So I have like a home one that's on a stand when you come into the tasting room, so that I can use, for example. And on the side of my building, we had a local artist, Tashi. She
She's
painted
wonderful.
this lovely mural of from a photo that I took in Georgia. And she painted this lovely mural, and we have a larger Cuervi there on its side, outside in front of the mural for people to see. And I explained, look how large this Cuervi is, and that still isn't as large as the one we make our wines in. The one at my office, I climb inside of it sometimes, just to show people. I climb inside and like poke my head out. I like it. I feel like as overwhelmed as I get with work, I hide in there sometimes. I hide in there, take my iPad, forward my mail to the Cuervi.
Cool.
So I'm thinking, Howard, we might need to like look there for a house. I'm just saying, a house has wine in the floor.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
how'd you get involved in this? I mean, were
Yeah.
you just like into wine
Yeah.
and you happened to like
Right.
be backpacking
Jamie-
through Georgia
Yeah.
and say, "Oh, I
Yeah.
want to do this"?
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be a story.
So I'm not hippie enough to be a backpacker, and I'm too old. So I'm 47. My back hurts already. I don't need anything else on it.
Well, just keep going.
But yes, so the story is pretty amazing. And yeah, people wonder. They're like, Jamie from Jasper, Florida. How in the world does she end up in Eastern Europe? So my husband Michael, who's sitting over there off camera, my husband Michael is a retired Marine officer, 20 years Marine Corps. He retired as a major.
Yes.
Thank
you.
Towards the end of his career, he was sent to the country of Georgia as a foreign advisor in 2016. And so he was there training and advising them militarily and politically. And of course, Georgia, where Georgia lies there on the Black Sea, it borders the Black Sea, and Russia, it borders Russia. And it's been in the past, we're all Cold War babies in here, I think.
Yeah.
Russia was Soviet occupied until 1991 when they fought and regained their independence.
Mhm.
And they have vowed to remain free. They, they're their own people, language, culture. So we had some intel back in 2016 that possibly Vladimir Putin was going to try to invade Georgia. Now we know he didn't do that. He went on to invade Ukraine. Georgia is one of our greatest U.S. allies, especially for that region. I mean, they're surrounded. They're surrounded by enemies, but their enemies are also our enemies. So you're talking about a small country about the size of West Virginia. If you took West Virginia and you stretched it out long ways, that's about the landmass size of Georgia.
Okay. That makes sense.
They have been a great military and U.S. ally to us. So we definitely want to take care of them because they've taken care of us. Their soldiers have fought alongside of us in all of our modern wars in Iraq and Afghanistan and special missions.
So they're like a buffer zone for us.
Yes, yeah, they're very important to us. And so Michael brags that Putin didn't come into Georgia because he was there. So,
Hey, we'll take it. If that's
Yeah.
how it is, we'll
Yeah.
take it.
so yeah.
That's true.
So Michael
And
is
how many languages do you speak again?
9. Michael speaks 9 languages.
I remember that tidbit
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. So the Georgians speak the language of Cartuli. It's one of the original 13 alphabets of the world. With my accent, my Cartuli's bad, y'all. It's bad. It's bad.
They're like, what'd you
Um,
say?
So Michael is there in Georgia, and he's living in Georgia for a year. And we became empty nesters. Like I said, I have 3 adult children and 1 granddaughter now.
Oh, congrats.
Congratulations.
So I joined Michael over in Georgia. I worked for the Marine Corps myself as a civilian. I was very proud of my Marine Corps career. But I joined Michael over in Georgia. And Michael, when he would call home and we would talk, he would say, these people are so amazing. He's like, they are like Americans. They are hardworking. They're warriors. They are strong in their faith and family values. he's like, I've fallen in love with these people. And Michael, being a foreign advisor in his 20 years and all the places he's been in the world, I've never had him say to me, I've fallen in love with the people. So I was really mesmerized by these conversations with him. And he would talk about the food and the wine. And there was a point in time where I asked him, I was like, are you ever coming home? Are you coming back?
I seem really happy.
But we became empty nesters around that time. So I joined him in Georgia, and immediately I fell in love with the culture, the people, the food, and the wine. I could not believe how amazing this wine was and how different it was from wine we have in the U.S. and what us as Americans are familiar with. And all of Asia and all of Europe are drinking Georgian wine. We're just the last. Sometimes that happens to us Americans. We are the last to, get on the boat, so to speak. I fell in love with the wine. I thought it was the best wine I'd ever had in my life. And I became very obsessed with how can I share this with my friends and my family. It was that good and that special. And I said, wow, we're really missing out because these wine varieties, less than 1% of Americans have ever had them. I'm changing that one bottle at a time.
Yes.
Cool.
Well, you actually just recently received an award.
I did. Wait, which one?
Best of Florida?
Yeah. So yeah, we've won Best of Florida for the last 3 years,
Yes.
and for a wine label that's only 5 years old, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
And we last year we won 3 medals at a national wine competition at Texom. 3 of my wines won medals. And the funny thing is I only submitted 3 wines, and the 3 wines I
look at
submitted
that.
Cool.
all won.
There you
So
go.
we've
Score.
really made a lot of headway in the wine world, in the U.S. wine market, in just 5 short
People
years.
like, where'd this girl come from? And what happened?
If there's a first timer who's never had any of your wines,
Mhm.
what would you suggest that they try?
Ah.
That's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be hard.
No, it's not hard. It's easy. It's going to be Vesta. It's going to be Vesta. Vesta, I attribute to the reason I started this company, because Vesta, I lovingly call her Vesta. In Georgia, she would be called Kinsmorali, is the wine type. It's a microzone wine made with a Saperavi grape. My Vesta, the Kinsmorali, was the first wine that I had when I was in Georgia. I at a feast that was thrown for us. I had 3 bottles and decided to excuse myself from the feast because, me being Jamie from Jasper, I was worried about not being ladylike anymore in front of these
Yes.
foreign soldiers and spouses and delegates, and so I decided to excuse myself. And they said, "No, stay. The feast is still going." And I'm like, "Wow, these people can really drink." And so, of course, when you're in a foreign country, you don't ever want to offend. You always want to be
Right.
polite and do the right thing. And in my world travels, I've always, done so. And so they twisted my arm, so I stayed, and I ended up having like 5 bottles of wine through this whole feast by myself. Now, the feast was really long, but I had like 5 bottles of wine. So I don't even remember going to bed that night, but I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I've just got here in this country. I have made a drunken fool of myself. I'm going to be so sick tomorrow. I went to bed and I prayed before I went to sleep. I prayed for God to take me in my sleep. And when I woke up the next morning, I was like, great, you didn't take me. You're punishing me. So let me be prepared for the wrath, right?
The hangover.
Yeah. I'm going to be sick, my head. And I had to meet people the next day. Everyone was waiting for me in my traveling party and Michael's colleagues there in the country. And so I get up to use the restroom, right? Freshen up, go. And so I'm freshening up and I'm tired because I had been up, almost all night. So I was very tired. But other than being tired, I was like,
Where's the
wait a
head?
minute.
Yeah.
My head doesn't hurt and I'm not sick. Like, I'm not praying to the porcelain god,
The
right?
room is not spinning.
I couldn't believe it. I was shocked, and I was like, well, this is crazy. So I was like, man, they kept encouraging me that I would be fine. They kept telling me I would be fine to drink more wine. But so I go out, and I'm telling Michael, I was like, I feel great. And Michael's like, yeah, you can drink the wine here. It's no sulfites. It's no added sugar. It's natural wine. It's the oldest wine making in the world. So I was like, wow. So we go out and I meet with my friend Guanza, who is now my director of operations, by the way. And I meet up with her and I was like, hey, I'm a little tired, but I feel great. Do you have any more of that Kinsmarali? Do you have any more of it? And so the whole time that I was there on my visit, I mean, man, I was putting down some wine. So when I got back to the States and I got out of rehab, I decided that I wanted to bring this wine to my friends and family, and that's part of the story of how it got started.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
So what would you
Just let it run.
What would you?
We don't need a commercial.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, we'll do a short commercial when we flip over, but just keep going. It's a great show.
So let's talk about.
They don't want to listen to commercials
pairing.
anyway.
Yes.
Pairing.
Yes.
So, like, I have 2 bottles here.
Hey, Joanne,
this one.
you got to learn, in
Oh,
the
that's
mic,
right. Sorry. So let's
She's
talk.
on the dark side.
I'm
over here
sorry,
now.
on the
Yeah.
dark side. So,
She's got that wine. She's like, oh, do I want to go for
I'm
more
happy.
red or?
So we have the 2. One is the reserve. How would you pair either of those reds or even the I don't want to call it champagne because
Sparkling,
the
yeah.
sparkling.
Okay, yeah. The first thing I want to say about that is that something I learned in the country of Georgia, that American sommeliers, they're lacking education on Georgia wine, which really shocks me and disappoints me because you have the original winemakers of the world.
Right.
And all of Europe, of course, like I said, in Asia, but American sommeliers, they're just not properly being taught. So we're trying to change that. And here in the United States, we look to sommeliers to suggest wines to us and talk to us about
Right.
what they pair with or what we might like for our palate. In Georgia, they have this theory that you should drink what you want and pair it with eat what you want to, and I love that.
I
I
love
love
that.
that because they
That's
drink
awesome.
copious
Love the no
amounts of wines.
rules. Like,
Yeah,
just do what you want.
but on my
You
labels,
want to have white wine with
Yeah,
steak? Go ahead.
go ahead. Yeah,
All the time.
Exactly.
So-
I don't get that. Okay. I started working at a liquor store at 14 and everyone, it was a family,
Explains
it's a
a
different
lot.
time.
it was
It's
a
different time.
family run business organization.
It
Teo, I
explains
learned
a
Not my
lot.
family, but
I-
a family, the family.
I learn so much about you every
Yeah.
week.
So, so at 14 and so at like 16, I was an official liquor consultant and had been to class and everything. And,
They call that AA.
yeah, I was that guy that supplied the school. Anyway, but what's funny to me is the purist, right? That are like, you can only do this with this or this with that, right?
Yes.
If it's seafood, it has to be white, whatever.
Yes.
When I'm in Alsace, it doesn't matter.
When you're where?
In Alsace in France,
Okay.
when we were in France,
Talk to it.
Alsace, you drink Alsatian wine, which is mostly white and it's very light. And you can have it with your steak or
Yes.
your pork
Yes.
or your
Yes.
pastries, etc. And the attitude outside of Paris, forget Paris, but outside of that, everybody is like, drink what's local and drink what you like.
Yeah.
And here it's, oh, you have to have a Cabernet if you're going to
Yes.
have steak,
Yes. Yes.
and I don't
We
get
think
it.
we're bougie
So
here.
I commend you for
Yeah.
freaking
I talk
attacking
I
that.
talk about that when I present wine. I do mention that the Georgians and Europeans are like, drink what makes you happy, pair it with what you want to. I've actually had some angry ladies after a presentation come up and was like, how dare you say that, sommeliers? And I'm like, okay, do you own an international wine label? No, then sit down.
Right.
Exactly. My
But I
Ferrari's
will
yellow.
say-
What color's yours?
I will say on my bottles, on my labels, when I designed my labels and I wrote them, I did for Americans put pairing suggestions on them. So I think we have Vitality, which is a Cuervi wine, and we have Gallant. Yes. So we have Vitality is made in that Cuervi ancient clay
Is that the
pot
one
buried
I'm drinking here?
underground.
Yeah, that red. Yeah.
So what I would
Can I
suggest
have
to
that?
pair with Vitality, Cuervi wines are always they're earthy. I mean, they're birthed underground, but they're earthy and they're very dry. I would definitely suggest to pair with this, your steaks or gamey venison, gamey foods. It pairs excellently.
It's got incredible depth.
Thank you.
I mean, it's you know.
What you're drinking there, what you're drinking, so you understand. This would have been the first red wine of the world. This
cool.
recipe and this method was how Jesus would have been
No
served
wonder
wine.
I like it so
Yeah.
much.
That one that you got hooked on in the beginning.
Yes.
Jesus, yeah, that guy. Okay.
Is
Oh
that
well,
the
you
one?
have a couple of Jews here. So
Okay, fair. Moses would have
what you
drank
want.
it that way. Moses would have
dude,
drank
you
it
have
that
bacon.
way.
You have bacon loving Jews here. We're totally.
Drink what you
She got red, and that was not the intention at all. Oh, what I set my foot in? No, you don't
I'm
understand.
just mad that tonight I have to work after this and I'm not partaking in wine.
Oh,
Oh,
'Cause
that's a
normally
shame.
I'd have a bottle down by now.
Howard, do you see anything on the chat? Because unfortunately, even with my glasses, I can't. Lori?
Bob is watching, by the way.
Oh, Lightning Bob's
Hey.
watching. Hey, Lightning
hey, Bob. Good to see you.
Bob News says, hey, and she's all about the no hangover.
Lori,
When
that's
love
did
it.
you
Lori.
build uncorking potential.
What else? On this chat, I'm not on your chat, which we have a lot more on, and that was the duplicating that you
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how can people get your wine?
Yes. How can people come and see and get your wine? And
That's a-
maybe see you.
Yeah, that's a great question. So, you're welcome to stop by our wine warehouse and tasting room and visit with us and talk with us. We're at 1717 South 50th Street, Tampa.
You have like set times, or do you book an appointment?
Yeah,
you go online and
I always suggest that people call and make sure that someone's there, or we're not having a private event. We have events in there almost 7 days a week.
Oh,
so
wow.
a lot of times you can
Yeah.
catch us, but if you want to see me personally, I would suggest calling ahead. Our information is our phone number and location and information is on our website, which is vg21wine.com. And our social media handles are VG21Wine as well, where you can follow along and learn about wines and see events that we do have that are open to the public, or how to book your own private event. We do. You can purchase it online at that vg21wine.com, and we do ship to 39 U.S. states.
oh, cool.
And if you go there, they have some decorative bottles that you've had partnerships with too. I know when
Right.
I was there, you had the Gators bottles and I
Yes.
believe the Bucks too.
No,
Maybe
we
not the
were.
Bucks. I know you had the Florida Gator bottles.
Gator bottles, I remember
So
seeing
we were
those.
the first wine company that the Florida Gators ever reached out to for private labeling. So we do have private label Florida Gator bottles, because I am the only person that has natural blue and natural wine, orange wine in the United States. The blue wine is a whole other story. You guys have seen it,
It's
right?
delicious.
People
Yeah,
lose
they're
their minds over it.
You have a green one too.
And green, yeah. I'm the first person to bring natural blue and natural green wines into the United States. There's no dyes, no additives. They are naturally that color. They're pretty amazing. Americans love seeing those. But we had our partnership with the Tampa Bay Rays as well.
Oh,
and
Okay,
that's
the
really
Rays.
good
I knew it
thinking.
was one of them.
Yeah,
so
and
so
the Tampa Bay
so
Rowdies.
ballpark. What's your pricing?
So if you get it from me directly, of course, my restaurants, we wholesale to bar stores and restaurants.
Sure,
And there's
and
always the
restaurants
on-
are always going to
yeah,
be significantly
off-premises
more.
pricing.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you
Right.
get it from me directly, our bottles range from about $22 to $40 a bottle.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are unbelievably, in my mind, reasonably priced for a
Thank
very,
you. I think so too.
You're-
For
So
something
so that's like the
special
same
and-
price
Right.
point as Cooper's Hawk,
yeah,
you know, and
but no hangover.
but no hangovers.
But no,
but
like
no
no
hangers.
hangover.
Yeah.
And it's like way more. It's a better story. You know,
Yeah.
Cooper's Hawk, Chicago. Come
Yeah.
on.
This is
I feel like
Chicago.
It's a great
I like
wine
it.
out of Chicago, but you
I
know,
like the way you say that. Chicago.
Chicago, but this is
don't be making fun of my hometown.
OG Flow Grow
oh,
wine.
I want wine I want the story of the vat in the ground
Yes.
before
So
Jesus.
I feel
you
like
know?
there's a partnership
Or
here.
Moses. Or Moses.
Yeah,
I feel
there
like
you go.
there's a partnership here with a travel agent to do going back to Georgia with you.
Yeah. So
And
we've been
because
approached
when
for
I
that.
left my first
So how
experience
far is
there,
Georgia from Romania?
I was
It's close,
like, I want
right?
to go with her. She
Yeah.
talks about it with
Yeah.
such passion.
Yeah.
It's
So-
unbelievable.
So
and when you talk about, so if you ever go for
Yeah.
the conversations and wine tasting. The thing I walked away with that night is I said, she literally talks about every bottle as if she birthed it, because you did.
Yeah.
You literally designed.
Well, my
and figured it
children,
all out.
my children say you love the wine more than you do us, and I'm like, yes, the wine doesn't talk back or ask me for money.
Right. that is
Exactly.
correct. That is correct.
Well,
So they are
But
my
the
babies.
true passion you have as you talk about them just comes across so well.
Thank
and,
you.
And what you talk about in the story of it all happening, I left there and I'm like, I want to go back with them.
So
Yeah, so the goal is to set up. We've been working on that because we have so many people say, "I want to go to Georgia with you. I want to see these wineries. I want to see this."
California.
Yeah,
wineries, like,
and
let's go to Georgia.
So that's the goal, is to set up Vino Ghvino 21 wine tours where you go to Georgia with me and
I think it's a
get to
great
see the
idea.
whole process.
I was going to ask you that because I have gone to Germany with someone who does what you do, and all I could think of when I was in there the first time I met you was, dang, I want to go with her.
I love that.
I just want to go somewhere with her.
Yeah.
I love that.
We have love from Pierre and Allie. And there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
question- there's a
Allie
question
Serrano.
for Angie. Angie, the question is, you have a bottle of her wine. Is it used or is it still sealed?
The one on your counter
I
or in
have
your
both.
shelf.
So I'll be honest, when I went for the wine tasting, my friends at Paramount Title hosted top agents there one night, and I might have bought a case of wine of different kinds, and
Yeah.
so I walked out with
Yeah.
12 bottles that night. So I actually still have one of each up because
Aw.
and one of them, I'm 99%
That's my
sure I'm
favorite.
correct
One
though.
of
One
my
of them's named
favorites.
Venus, correct?
Venus, yes.
And that's the one that is uncorked and will remain that way.
Okay.
Little side story, we all have our stories, but growing up, when the D-dial days happened, before there was internet, I was taking astrology class, and my dad said, you got to come up with a nickname to go on this D-dial thing, and my name was Venus.
Oh, how cute.
Oh, that's really
when
cool.
I saw the bottle and it has the woman on it, and I was like, oh, I have to
Oh,
have that.
that's
Oh,
really
yeah.
cool. That makes
That's
me happy.
awesome.
I
And
love
so
that. I
that
love that.
bottle-
That makes me happy.
That bottle
So-
remains
Do they have a
uncorked.
rabbit name? Oh, no.
No.
We
No.
do have actually we have a question from the audience.
So, something came on my feed the other day. It said something about like don't drink California wine anymore because they use a lot of pesticides.
So the question's
Yeah.
about pesticides. So,
So,
What do y'all?
yeah. So I hate to slander other wines, but
just tell us what you
um,
guys
what
you guys
do. Yeah.
there. As opposed
so
to them.
California wines, Americans are really tired of California wines. Is the pesticide issue. They fill their wines full of sulfites. They add tons of sugar to their wines. Their wines are very man manipulated, and they're not healthy. And Americans are more health conscious now than they've ever been before.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And look at us in our 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
Great shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanna be- we
Previous
do.
generations,
It-
they
it-
were in rough shape at the 60s. This
Oh,
is- this
yeah.
should be
It's
called
very
God's
true.
living room.
Ab-
This is called life.
Absolutely. I mean,
Howard forgot he's behind the camera tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Howard doesn't understand. Most people can't hear him. So what Howard's saying is, back when our parents and our grandparents were in their 50s and 60s, that's when they were at the unhealthy stage because they just, were.
Well, they smoked
Where-
all the time. And
And, but now
Oh,
we
wait.
are. We're more health conscious. I know so many people who are trying to change their diets and stuff.
yes.
I even make my own
Yes.
pasta.
Yes.
So when I came across your wine, I was like, oh my gosh, this
Yes.
is great.
So, Georgian wine, and it's not just Vino Ghvino 21. It's not just my 21 labels. It's not just my wine that's natural, organic, sulfite free. All Georgian wine. Georgians stick to the original 8,000-year-old method of winemaking. And then some wine, we have the still older European method, which is stainless steel cask. And then we use some oak barrels. But they are naturally made. There's nothing added. There's no pesticide used. There's natural methods for pest removal, like ducks and ladybugs, and so there's nothing that's put on the grape to manipulate it in an unhealthy way. We don't add any sugars. Even our wines that are sweet, like our semi-sweet wines, there's no sugars added to them. They're sweet that way because of just natural process and fruits and things that we use, but there's no added sugars. How I prove this point about that natural, organic, and back to beating up California wines that I don't like to do, but
No.
I mean, they are terrible. But here's an example. If you take
It's
a
okay.
California wine that you get from Publix or something, right?
Total Wine.
In Total Wine, you take a brand of California of wine and you take a vintage of, let's say 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay. So you got like five years of that same wine, and you were to open them up and you were to sample all of them, they would taste exactly the same.
Right.
If you took, let's take Gallant here that's on the table. If you take Gallant, and I've been through several vintages now, right? Because I'm 5 years old. Let's say that you took 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, like that, lined them up, you opened them up, and you tasted them. You would taste, Gallant is a dry red Saperavi, is what it would be called in Georgia. You would taste and you would recognize this is a dry red, this is a Saperavi. You would taste the next year. You would recognize it is a dry red Saperavi, but you'd say, oh, this tastes a little bit different. Maybe I like this vintage better or this vintage better. And as you're going through the vintages, each of them are going to taste a little bit different. That is because it's not manipulated. It is natural. The grapes have a vote, how they are cultivated, how they grow each year. Those California wines that you're having that are just spit out, man manipulated, so they taste exactly the same. So the consumer goes and says, I'm getting my Chardonnay and this is the one I like, and I don't want to it's full of sugar. It's
like getting the computerized paint program at Home Depot, right?
Yes.
It's all the same.
The wine.
And you know, if you go back to the 70s and 80s in California or other places, I mean, the difference between a 78 Chardonnay and an 81 Chardonnay and an 82 Chardonnay, you're like completely phenomenal. I mean, you know,
and that's what makes wine so valuable to these collectors.
Because
those good years.
Because it was in 78, just the way the dryness was, the sun,
it has to
and everything else.
Of the seasons, how much rain came that year.
You know, and then
but
then a 70 and then 79 was like, man, you know, it's exactly the same, the same formula, but
they might have had too much rain that year.
But it was too wet or too dry, or the grapes were more shriveled or whatever. But that's all gone now. And it's been that way for probably 20 years, I think.
Yeah. So I want to add this. If we think California wine is crappy now, wait till these next vintages come out and they taste ashy.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
From all the fires.
Yeah.
Because all the fires.
Yep.
I didn't think
I
about
do.
Well, and it's all the government, in my opinion, it's, you know, back in my mode, it's the government regulation. You know, you have to have all this stuff that has to occur, and it's ruining everything, you know?
Now, I do want to say one thing before there's a question on the board, but before we do that question, I know my mother is watching, and Mom, I will send you and Dawn some wine from her vineyard because you have to have it.
So we got room for one more question, and then we got to take a short break and bring Lightning Bob on.
What type of grapes you use? And I was going to say Georgian grapes.
Yeah.
So they asked what types of grapes, and Howard said Georgian.
Yeah, so there's 21 labels, and there's a lot of different grapes that we use. We use a lot of Saperavi. Saperavi is the #1 red grape produced in the country of Georgia, and it's the #1 overall grape. We produce more Saperavi than anything. We use Cozzatelli, we use Mitzvani. Now, these grape names, and I could rattle on, but Americans are going to say, what is she talking about? So I want to add this. This is very important, okay? There are 2,000 grape varieties in the world, 2,000 little different grapes, okay?
It's crazy.
What about the cotton candy
delicious.
grapes? No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I saw
So
those.
there's 2,000 grape varieties. That's a lot of different grapes. And I've already told you that the country of Georgia is the landmass size of like West Virginia in comparison. Yep. The country of Georgia is home to 525 of the world's grapes. That's over a quarter of the world's grapes belong and are indigenous to that little teeny tiny country. The country of Georgia has more indigenous grapes than France, Spain, and Italy combined.
That's amazing.
So these grapes,
everybody there is either drunk all the time or they're so used to it that they're just sober all the time.
Yeah.
So these grape varieties, the reason that Americans are like, well, we've never heard of them. We only know Cabernet, Chardonnay, you know.
Right.
Well, then they say, why? Why is all of Europe drinking this wine and all of Asia? Why does America not know this wine? Why have we never heard of these grapes? And it is a shame. I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying to change this one bottle at a time. The reason that Americans don't know these tastes and flavors, which is also why my wine, people love it so much. They're like, what am I tasting? I've never tasted wine like this, because you've never had that grape. So what happened was a little thing called the Soviet Union came in and occupied the country of Georgia. They burned their vineyards and they put them in a state of prohibition. And when they did that, the country couldn't get the wine out. So how's the country that this is their main resource? This is their national treasure. How can you sustain yourself? You can't sustain yourself. And that, my friends, kids listening, that's called communism. So
yes, please pay attention.
There were monks and priests and winemakers that took grape variations and were growing them underground in secrets and in caves. Had they not have done that, a lot of those grapes would be extinct because they're only indigenous to that area. We have one of our white wines, Guinevere. I think you have it downstairs, or were drinking it earlier. Mitzvani. It's made with a Mitzvani grape. That grape was one that, had that not have happened, that grape would absolutely be extinct. So I love talking to Americans when I'm presenting these wines, and I'm telling them, you're having a flavor for the very first time, because we as Americans have access to all sorts of food and spirits and wine. I mean, we have access to all sorts of, so it's so rare for an American to taste something they've never tasted before. And when I'm presenting wine and I watch their faces and they say, what is this? This is so, and they ask me, what's it comparable to American wine, that they know. And I try to give them similar comps, but I'm like, it's not even close. Americans lose their mind because they're tasting grape variations, spices, and fruit that they've never had, and it's mind-blowing for them.
We do have a question over here.
I gave a bottle to a client that closed down their house, and they called me and said, we loved that wine, and we went to every store trying to find it, and we can't find it. And I said, because you didn't find the local gem.
Bob has a question over here real quick.
You said it's an 8,000-year-old recipe. Right?
Yes.
So you have people out there stomping their grapes?
Absolutely. There's videos of Michael and I stomping grapes. There's Georgian monks singing, and we're stomping the grapes and spinning each other around like an episode of I Love Lucy.
Cool.
I'm on her trip. Whatever that trip is, I'm on this trip.
Cool. Well, hey, let's wrap up. Anything else you want us to know about the wine? And
why don't you let them know again what your address is and what your phone number is?
So here locally, we're located at 1717 South 50th Street, Tampa. Our website is vg21wine.com, and our social media handles are vg21wine. And I would love to have you come and taste history with me.
Cool.
Thank you, guys.
And
Thank you.
Here's what I will say. If you like and subscribe to Tampa Bay Sports and Entertainment Magazine, tvsportsmag.com, you will go into a raffle to win 3 bottles of her delicious wine. So anybody that subscribes to the magazine, even if you're already a subscriber, you're going to go into a raffle to win 3 bottles of your choice of wine. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So, hey, we'll be right back.
Cheers.
Just like 1 or 2 short commercials, and we'll be right back with Lightning Bob. See ya. It's not working.
Yay? Yay. Happy yay?
Hey, Tampa Bay. Yeah, it's no joke here today. And I'm not Nipsey Russell, but I'm rhyming away. So, take the plunge. Check out the new magazine for February's edition. We got our own Ola plunge here. It's easy to do when it's 80 degrees, but not when it's 35. Go Bucks!
Seconds.
They have them at So hey, we're back and we got Lightning Bob in the house, man. It's good to see you again.
What's going on?
Welcome.
So, and what's up? It's like starting to be springtime, so you actually like have to cut lawns and stuff. I know. I'm like, I hadn't cut my lawn in like 4 months, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to cut the lawn and weed whack and all that kind of stuff now.
So
it's
Bob,
growing time, right?
tell us what you do. For people who do not know Lightning Bob, what you do?
I do a lot of things.
Yeah, you got to get right on that.
I do
Hawk
a
two
lot-
of that
I do a
mic
lot of
there.
things. I
You
do a lot
gotta
of
love
things.
the
So
mic.
close. You got to be like on top of it. Sorry.
You
Yeah.
gotta love it.
Do I gotta be like?
Yeah,
"Yo."
you do. You do.
All right. So I do a lot of things. First thing is everything that I do is through God. Like I involve God in everything that I do. So even me being here, is a blessing from Him. So
Cool.
first things first, I gotta represent for my Lord. Second, okay, so what do I do? Mostly I do a lot of tree work, installs, removals, HOAs. If y'all tired of y'all's people, the community looking like crap, give me a call. You know what I mean? I'm all into that commercial
Waterset
stuff.
HOA. Can
Yeah,
you please pay
Waterset
attention?
HOA.
Yeah, because they'll find you, but their property looks like crap.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
might not have enough rocks.
You do landscaping, like regular lawn mowing.
Right.
too,
Yeah,
not just
I-
tree removal.
Yeah, I
and-
do a little
and
bit of
installs.
landscaping, but I keep them. I keep my clientele low when it comes to that part of the
Okay.
of the job. I offer a luxury service, so to speak. So it's more like I've been told that it's like a white glove. It's like a white glove service, and I've been told this by,
Well, you have a stellar reputation. I mean,
Yes.
you go out there and you got the service industry and you hear horror stories about everyone, and then Lightning Bob, there's none. It's just all
Zero.
good. It's all good karma.
well,
and so you're doing something right
And you-
because I'm the
treat-
one that would hear about it.
You treat your clients well. That's the thing. You
Yeah.
don't hear anything about, oh my God, he said this nasty thing to me, or he got mad at me, or you never hear that you've personally not just messed up a lawn, but then went back and attacked a person. You have a very good reputation, not only for your business, but for you as a person. And that's important in this industry.
Well,
and your
I-
wife does the same approach. You guys have created a good partnership in customer service.
I can say that you're probably one of the most honest people in the service industry that I've had come to my home. I had part of my palm tree was dying, and I called him and said, "Hey, I think I got to cut part of it off. Can you come take a look at it?" And he came over, cut part of it off, and I said, "Well, what would you do with these areas that I need landscaped?" He goes, "Honestly, I'd keep it simple." And other people had come and said, oh, you need to put in all these other things and, you know, thousands of dollars worth of stuff. And really you're like, that's not what you need. Here's what you can do. Or, and you kept it really simple. And as a, you know, single person, I appreciated that, you know? So I think it's really nice that you keep it truly honest for people.
And you say that, and you did the same thing with my daughter and son-in-law. They needed stuff done, and you were it's stunning. It's beautiful what you did for them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, land care requires care. So if you're not,
that's why I don't do it.
So if you're not going to be like,
so have them on peg.
if you're not going to be involved in taking care of your plants, and I mean, it's something as simple as even speaking to your plants helps the life of the plants.
I do talk to mine.
You know, one thing I did want to talk about was, you know, we just had a freaking crazy freeze.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier.
Like a crazy freeze, right? So like, you know, even in this, you know, this beautiful place here, Waterset. I love Waterset, by the way. Favorite place in the world.
Thank you.
But to get back at it, so you know, when there was the first freeze, first of all, for y'all that don't know, y'all should know that for like the 2 days before the freeze warning, you should water and moisturize the landscape. Like, you know, the water works as almost like a heater,
right?
like an
insulator.
Yeah, for the plants. You know, also you want to cover them. I mean, they make bags for them and stuff, but I mean, you can cover them with a blanket. You know, if they're gonna die, they're gonna die. But just because the tips are burnt doesn't mean the plant is dead. And like,
so that's something we talked about earlier because you know, I'm out showing houses a lot, and I've been in some neighborhoods that every palm tree right now is brown. And I was at a large acreage home that I just sold on Monday, and a lot of the foliage out there was brown. And I was like, is it ruined, right? So how do people tell whether they need to replace it or whether it's going to come back?
So I'm going to use this plant here. I think this is
Little Bob. Just so everybody knows, this is Little Bob, Lightning Bob, Little Bob.
This is called a palm tree. So like a pom. So this is actually supposed to be like sprouted out with like, it looks like a little pom on top. So right, like this it got hit by the freeze pretty bad, but you can actually see in the top like how it's got this green leaf here. There's, you know, so it's going to come back. It might take a little while, but it's going to sprout. So now that the freeze is over, you can cut back on the dead pieces. But anytime we have a freeze and you have those leaves like that, you have to let it be. Especially for you know, Waterset has a lot of crotons. So even on the crotons, you can, and especially the ones in the shade, because people don't know that crotons are a plant with, you know, full sun. So that plant right there, if you don't know what a croton is, just Google it.
Yeah. We're getting a lot of loves. Look at those little love hearts coming up, man. People are loving you.
Well, I appreciate it. I greatly appreciate the love.
I didn't see those before. Look at them all.
Yep.
They're so cute. Sorry.
So anyways.
You're getting fired too.
Look at that. You're on fire. I can't see who did it.
I can't either.
It's so small.
Well, I appreciate the shout outs. And love, I really do.
But that's good to know, because a lot of people, their first instinct is when it's brown, let me go cut that out so it doesn't soak up water.
No, I mean, right now we're pretty much safe to take out the brown. You know, if you're not comfortable with it, just let it fall off naturally, and then pay attention to the plant. You know, give it water, talk to your plants. A lot of people
play music for your plants.
I play music as I cut them in my headphones, but you know, even when I plant the plants, you know, I tell them, oh, you're going to be so beautiful. And even when I go to somebody's house and the plants aren't doing too well,
you're like, I'm here, baby. I'm
like, hey, you better tighten up or I'm going to have to rip you out and put someone else there.
You're going to be the long lost girlfriend while somebody else is in your spot.
You better tighten up. I'm doing my best for you, but I can't hold your spot if you ain't doing what you got to do. You know?
So you got tree trimming, landscaping, design, development. You got the lawn service,
premium lawn service,
white glove, not like the
lawn service that like comes like, you know, most lawn services are, you know, cut mow and goes, or like if they do the landscaping, like the, you know, your bush trimming and all that stuff, they do it maybe once in a while. We're every week, even in the winter when your grass ain't even growing. And you know, we still keep the edge up. We still blow out the yards. You know, if we see something that's going on in your yard, I'll send you a photo of it, make you aware of it. If we break something, which my guys have, we are responsible.
Oh, cool.
I'm always all about, you know, finding solutions.
You know, I got to tell you that's been my number one pet peeve. I have, in the last couple of years, I've replaced 14 sprinkler heads. And
Stop tripping over him, man.
no, you know what it is.
all that booze.
It's not it's not the lawn
Comes
people.
stumbling off his boat.
It's the neighbors' lawn people, because I cut my own lawn. It's an excuse to smoke cigars.
Oh, like you need one?
Yeah, I know. But no, I actually enjoy cutting the lawn and stuff. And then Cam does the weeding. But the neighbors will do it. But then
Shout out to
also
Cam Weeding, she's
Cam
awesome.
Weeding.
yeah,
She
Cam's the bomb. She's coming Thursday. But then like the service I had before to do like the weed and feed and the pesticides, the bug stuff. They would drag those cords out and they'll catch one of the sprinkler heads and just end up pulling it back.
Well, we can fix that for you too.
Okay.
Right.
He's not going to break it.
Yes, we do minor repairs on irrigation. So
Well,
like,
We'll
That's
talk,
good.
because I have one by the mailbox. I don't know how broke. It could have had
but
something
like
to
if
do
my
with the
guys
truck,
break them,
but
my
yeah.
guys tell me, I base my business. I've worked, I haven't done this my whole life. Like I worked for a company called Trees Inc. And my wife hates when I talk about this man, George Simonelli. And the people who know who George Simonelli is, man, he was this little short dude with this big old beard, and he would smoke chain smoke cigarettes. And he used to always be, and he was such a hard ass.
I can see her sweet little self right now going, oh
Yeah.
But, and he was such a hard ass, but the pay sucked, but the knowledge that I learned from this man and the things that I know, even when we do like tree work, you see a lot of guys out there doing tree work and they're like, yeah, I'm professional. We care about our safety. I'm very strict when it comes to the safety. We do safety meetings around the tree jobs. We make sure that things are spoken about. And if we see anything wrong, we make either the landowner or the HOA aware of what's going on. And, excellence is what we strive for. So, with everything that we do, we just want to make sure that everybody's happy. I mean, like even when we do landscape installs, we don't just oh, these are the plants you're going to get. This is your plant. No, man, I offer I call it a mobile nursery. So basically I go to the nurseries for you. I shop for you. I send you photos of what you like. I'm, the communication with you is going to happen.
And
Cool.
that's key.
Right?
I have to say, with any service, communication is the number one thing you can do for somebody.
Yeah. So, and then once we figure out what you like, then I bring, a variety of plants out there. Right. And then I line them up on your driveway or wherever you're at, and you guys get to pick and choose what you want a la carte.
See, Christy like that.
Right, because if you know what I mean, how many times, like I don't got to live there. You got to live there. You got to come home to this, and nobody wants to come home spending. You spend a lot of your money on landscape. Landscape, it can be pretty expensive.
Oh yeah,
not cheap.
Right. So you want to, but you want to love.
Well, it's permanent till you're 3 feet underwater from the bay.
When I say permanent in a normal situation, not hurricane.
Well, you're not planning.
You're trying
to replace.
not. You're right. When you plan it, you're planning it to not. I mean, in our situation, we put in one thing and then had it ripped out. Not even 2 years later, and had to do something else because no, it wasn't permanent, but it didn't come out the way we wanted it.
Yeah.
I really appreciate
and I'd rather
that.
not respend because
I've had the same
somebody
basic
like
design for 25 years, but it's just because I'm lazy.
And we can rip that out and
Yeah.
replace it for you. and I'm cost efficient too. So
Stacy, if you're watching, he can rip it out.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Just saying.
So and I'm conscious with the prices and how the plants are. I mean, you don't want to spend $1,500 on a palm tree and it die.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, now it becomes our problem, not just your problem, because, not everybody offers warranty on plant life. I mean, our lives aren't even guaranteed, even when the day we're born. Right. So we can't warranty that. Right. So, I try to swing people to a little lesser cost one. So, $350 sounds a lot better than $1,500. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for me, for her.
Mm-hmm. So,
absolutely.
And you grow into it.
Yeah. Right. It'll grow. And then like a lot, like what's really popular out here are foxtail, Christmas palms, foxtails, those a lot of people don't know that they grow like once you put them in the ground, they grow like 3 to 6 feet in the first year.
Oh, mine are awesome. Mine were about 6 feet and now they're about 25 feet, my two foxtails, but I love them better than I had queens that got struck by lightning.
Right.
And
Nobody likes queens.
and
No, even the HOA.
I
and-
hate queens.
and the foxtails are
HOA
nice
doesn't.
because they're self-grooming, basically.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
But I
I
think
don't have
that's-
to spend all the money every year trimming them like the
Isn't
queens
that
did.
why the queens, like most HOAs, don't even like our HOA doesn't like queens?
Well, nobody likes to
Because-
be 100 feet in the air and they got a snake or a raccoon. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
a squirrel, attacking you in the air either. So I personally, I don't like them because they're
Yeah.
messy.
Yeah, I think they're very messy, correct?
They're messy.
They're very
and
messy.
Sorry, did you
if
say
you don't,
snake on the tree?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
one
let's
of
not
my
talk about it.
first jobs
Oh,
that
yeah.
I did when I very first started, I
God.
was like 100
Never
feet.
walking under that
I'm
tree again.
gonna be honest. I was probably about a good 30 feet in the air on a ladder, and the whole time I'm cutting, and there was this what was it? A squirrel, and I had my hard hat on and a mask, and the squirrel just come up and looked at me and just jumped on my face. She had babies there.
Oh,
So luckily I
well,
had the
that's
mask
different.
on, and then obviously she fell to the ground, and I finished my job and kept it moving. But that happens. I've cut. I found snakes in the tree, and sometimes
Just
you
pick
feel
them up
bad.
and wing them.
Stick into real estate.
Nah,
Oh no,
Nah.
Howard! Anytime there's a snake in our area, Howard goes, "Come get the snake before I kill it," and I pick it up and throw it over this thing. They're good for
I'll
you know,
leave you to the
eating
tree
things.
trimming.
I need a
I'll
snake
call you
launcher.
next time. there's a
Oh yeah, the
snake.
neighbors have even called me if there's snakes. I just pick them up and wing them.
Stacy just pulls that 22 out. Kabam.
No,
I
they're
just-
good. They
No, the snakes are good.
really good for the
Oh,
area.
Especially the black snakes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
they're
I'm
good
talking
for
about.
us.
So we had a coral snake in the bathroom,
Okay, if it's poisonous, no.
and then we had a
not
cottonmouth
touching
in the
it.
front yard.
Yeah, no.
And that was when he
Okay.
opened up that mouth, it was pure white. I'm like,
When would you like to list your house again?
yeah, no, we're good.
Yeah.
So
We're good.
now,
So-
if it's poisonous, I'm not
before
touching it.
before I forget,
But-
I do want to
Yeah.
say something. So I know a lot of people in these areas, their palm trees look dead.
Yeah,
If you really want to know what's going on in your palm tree, if you look in the middle of your palm tree, there's like this stem, right? As long as there's
Yep.
green coming out of there, you're good to go. Now, if those stems are brown,
It's dying.
Or there's no stem.
Yeah. So
And
or no
sometimes
stem.
you have
Usually,
to-
if there's no stem, the whole top is gone.
So someone told me that after you came and cut that one, and somebody said, the old wise tale is that if there's that stem, right? So now it's funny because I look at it in my palm trees, but when I'm out with people looking at houses and stuff too, I'm like, oh, these palm trees are healthy.
Man, you want to sell that house? Get up in there, and be like, look, see, I'm totally right here. You see this right?
Right?
You know-
and some of mine have like the green things popping out of the sides.
Yeah. No.
Like
so
the
it's a-
top's all
the-
screwed up, but there's green coming out of the sides of them.
well, the green on the sides,
They're like
that
big
that's
thick
fine. But
things.
even like, so I've seen some nurseries
It's
that
like
I've
a
gone
steak
to.
that comes out the top.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
dead smack
Oh,
in the
yeah.
middle, like
Mhm.
Oh, it has
in
that
the
too.
middle. So as long as the one in the middle is still coming out green, you're pretty much good to go. Now the ones that are brown on the outside, just still let those fall naturally.
Well, these things are coming. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some nurseries they chop them off, but
I leave
know,
that crap go.
I personally think just let nature take its course, let them fall off, and then decide. I mean, don't rush into just taking out your palm trees because you just don't like a little bit of brown on them. It's okay. Brown is okay.
Hey, we all age. We all get wrinkly. We all have a
Yeah.
little brown or a little gray or white, depending, on your age.
So they will come back. Do you need to feed? I know you can buy palm tree.
Water.
Do you need
Water.
palm food?
What I personally like to use, and I've used a few of them. I've even used commercial brands. The only place I found this stuff was at Ace Hardware. I could never remember the name of the stuff.
That's okay. He's got his phone.
Let me see. Palm tree fertilizer. And this is how I find a lot of stuff too. Don't ever be scared to self-educate yourself. So palm tree fertilizer, the one that I use, I always forget the name of it. It's coming up.
Howard, do we have any
It has
questions
a-
while he's looking?
It has a
What kind of grapes does he use?
That's her question.
Oh,
You goofball.
Actually, has he ever fallen out of a tree?
yes.
Okay.
I've fallen off a roof
How
too.
many times has Bob fallen out of a tree?
How many times?
Twice.
okay.
All right.
Oh, that's not bad. You've been in business a long time.
The
Yeah.
first time I fell out of a tree, I think I was like maybe 12.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that doesn't count.
And then the other time
I mean, I fell off.
Was
the
when a
side of
snake and a
mountain
squirrel
once
Nah, we were
attacked him.
climbing
in
trees
West
for fun.
Virginia.
So the name of this stuff is it's from Fertilume.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all
Fertilume.
can if you see that, it's called
Yeah.
Fertilume. It has a pesticide in it, and that one right there, I've seen instant results with that stuff. It's and the only place that I found it is
Is
at
Ace Hardware.
Ace Hardware,
So you can go right up here on Big
Right
Bend
up
Road.
Big
Yep.
Bend Road, Ace Hardware.
You can get a curbside pickup, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Cool.
It is $16.99 a bag.
but the bag's little. It's not a very
Is
big
it
bag.
this bag?
Yeah, but you don't need much around there. I mean,
No.
I watch my guy just.
The guy who probably does it probably clocks in, clocks out.
Yeah.
And so he's not an owner. He's a number, so to speak.
Right.
So when he goes in there, he's got to type in 197452, and then clocks out, lunch, all that stuff.
Are you doing? Oh, Howard asked Bob, is he going to do shutters? Are you wanting to talk about that?
Asking the heat of the
So
moment
we're gonna skip that question.
Yeah, shutters.
And,
I'm not a bit. I'm not.
What else? We're actually we're
you
like
can call
20
me, you
minutes
can ask me
over.
that.
So what
That is the
what else
thing,
do you want
though.
people to know, Bob?
Yeah, what do you want people to know about you and your business and
Not just my business, but personally, I spend a lot of time, giving back to the community as well. Like, I'm with the East Bay Bucks organization.
Yes, you are.
I'm which is a
Bucks.
youth league.
Right.
Great league's been around forever. I actually played there when I was a kid, so it means a lot to me, that league.
And you do fundraising with them.
We do fundraising. We have y'all can always look for us at Publix. Matter of fact, I can't remember the next one that we're gonna be at, but
Which Publix are you typically at? Or all?
I would have to look at the schedule.
That's all right.
Well,
keep rolling. We'll
thing
post
is-
it.
I'll get back to
We'll
that.
post that.
Make
So-
sure, yeah,
and
send
then-
it to us so we can post it on the South Shore Live site. We'll put it on the magazine site.
Right.
We'll put it everywhere.
And then on Sundays, on Sundays I do with kids of all ages, Y'all Nation, with Coach JJ. I'm one of the volunteer coaches out there. So we build athletes there.
Okay, so what is Y'all Nation for
Y'all
those who
Nation
don't know?
is for football training camp. And
Okay.
we go every Sunday. Ain't no Sunday like Y'all Nation Sunday. You know what I mean? So the schedule's from 10 to 11:30. So that is something that I'm very passionate about,
I
and
can tell.
I really
Where's
appreciate
that
it.
at? That's at East Bay?
Right here at the South Shore Sportsplex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So right in
usually
Waterside.
usually every Sunday. Yeah, y'all can bring your kids out there. They not doing too good in football. Y'all bring them out there and it's affordable for you and your
Okay.
children.
Now, before we go, what?
Big announcement. We are available now on.
We are also now available on Spotify.
Okay.
So y'all just look up South Shore on Spotify. I will get it onto the site. But I do want to do one slight caveat. You have a beautiful wife with a beautiful business. Do you want to just give her a little shout out?
Oh yeah, Lovely Flowers. I'm
She's
her.
stunning.
I only assist her on holidays, and I'm very little assistance. She's
amazing.
She's been doing really good. She's been kicking ass.
Yeah, she did
So
send
like
flowers one time.
she's definitely doing her thing. I can tell y'all that right now. Right now she's probably trying to watch, but she's so busy right now. Y'all can find her on DoorDash, Lovely Flowers. And a lot of people don't know this, but we own Ruskin Florist as well. So
that's-
okay.
yeah, so you can go to Ruskin Florist and look for us right there. So yeah, she's doing big things, and I'm very, very proud of her.
I mean,
She's-
listen, this
I'm very proud of her.
show promotes entrepreneurship and locally owned, and the two of you, I mean, we've networked with you guys for a long time,
We've been together for 23 years.
and you
Wow.
guys complement one another. You both are hustlers, and
Yes.
it's really is admiring to see that both of you are just always hustling, but also always both of you giving back to the community.
Yep.
And I know when I personally was sick 2 years ago, your wife showed up at my door with food, and you guys have always been giving back. You probably didn't even know this happened, but
No, she's very
but-
very giving.
yeah,
she's
I
very
mean, you
she's
guys
very
work
caring. She's
unbelievable,
humble.
and and raising a family at the same time. To
Yeah.
be entrepreneurs in this community, you guys do a ton. So
That's why I
great
wanted to
job,
give her
you
a little
both.
shout out before we
Yeah.
left, because Anna was amazing. Or is amazing. My apologies.
she's great.
Anna's amazing. She does a lot. So
She
don't-
cooks really good too.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
She thinks she doesn't believe me. She thinks I'm always hungry, but no, she's
Cool.
definitely
She's
she's
just
definitely a chef.
Definitely.
She don't cook for nobody else but me and my kids, so don't ask.
Seriously, you go and put that out there.
Seriously, I'm greedy when it comes to her cooking.
Dang. So we
how
want
can
you
people
to.
get a hold of you?
Yeah. How do people get a hold of you?
Y'all can find me on Facebook, Instagram. Easy Lightning Bob. You can find me Lightning Bob. I'm the only one on Sundays. From
And,
Parents
Yep.
on
Yes,
Sundays.
and your logo has popped up a whole
Yep.
bunch of times
Yeah.
behind you on that right there on the screen.
Right there.
So you can
Right
find me
there.
on Google, lightningbobservices.com. You can call me 813-458-3051.
And you can like him on Facebook. The other thing is, any of our guests go ahead and reach out to us at South Shore Live. You can reach out to Angie. You can reach out to Tay. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to Howard.
We also need to throw all their stuff. If you guys, we have SouthShoreLive.us, the website directory. So, you know, you can fill out every now and then. We get people in the community that fill out
you can fill
their
out
information and we'll publish it.
Yeah, it's automatic. It doesn't cost. It doesn't
totally
cost
free.
for your business.
Just a service.
Howard, you realize you're not on
camera.
This is the moment when you go, Howard can't let go.
Howard's talking.
He just keeps going.
Howard's talking, but nobody knows what he's saying.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
I mean, it sounds like an echo in the background.
So Howard wants to remind you that if you have a local business and want to be on, it doesn't cost you anything to be part of us.
And
so please reach out. Reach out. We will help get you on the schedule. Yes. And if you have a local business, it doesn't cost you anything to be in our directory as well. So, Howard,
and you don't.
Cool.
And
I listen to you.
I listen to him all the time. He just never lets me talk. So the other thing is, if you want to go to southshorelive.us, you can fill out the form and we'll get you published onto our directory. You can reach out to any of us here and we will get you on. And if you want to get on the show, definitely reach out to us because we love having entrepreneurs here. That's the whole point of the show, is to have small businesses and to lift us all up, just like Uncorking Potential. We just try to, be those people who help out other people. And so like us, subscribe to our Facebook channel. So that's South Shore Live. And it's the 2 S's and the L are capital or you'll end up at a church.
Yep.
On YouTube. And we're on South Shore Live on Facebook, Instagram.
And we have all these past
and
episodes.
Spotify.
So my team, when they start first thing in the morning, will publish tonight's episode on the website tomorrow. Yeah. But with that, we are wrapping up.
Yes.
We're going to see you next week. Then the following week we're off unless Angie's going to do it alone.
All by herself in this house alone.
So,
do you all trust me?
Do you know how to run the board?
Run the board and the back? Probably not.
I think I can handle the show part, but we'll just have to go Facebook Live because I don't know how to run the rest of it.
Oh yeah, don't forget about the Lazy Gator.
Oh yeah.
So lastly,
do your plug. Do your plug.
Thank you, Howard. But as we're promoting local businesses, I want to remind everybody the Lazy Gator down in Ruskin did close. It is for sale. The facility, full working kitchen, bar, and restaurant available. And as we all know, this area is booming with residential.
Absolutely.
And I am lucky enough to represent them on the listing side of that. And so last week we talked about ideas of what kind of food we want brought here. And we've gotten some great things on the show and my Facebook page as well. Tomorrow, actually from 10 to 2, if you are in real estate, commercial or residential, I am hosting an open house tomorrow for agents. And I'm going to have live music, taco bar, drinks. And
it's going to be a ton of fun.
I'm actually giving $5,000 buyer agent commission bonus if you come to the open house tomorrow and bring us a buyer.
And if you are a buyer who wants to buy, come see me.
So that's what I was going to say. In residential people, and if you're a local entrepreneur out there that's thinking about having a dream of owning a restaurant, or it's a commercial property, it doesn't necessarily have to stay a restaurant.
Right.
It's only a block off of 41, and this area is booming. So if you have an idea of having a local business or restaurant, we would love to talk to you because there's an opportunity there with a really great building to make something great in this local area. So if you have questions, give me a call.
And
go ahead, Bob. Bob's got something to say.
Y'all asked me when the next, so we're not doing anything until May 10th at the Waterset Publix is next time. Our next time for the Bucks.
Make sure you let us know.
That's on the front side or the back side of Waterset? Because isn't there a Publix on both?
There's a Publix on every side.
On every side now.
You can't escape the Waterset.
If you come in and out of Waterset at any point in the thing, there is a Publix. One's not open, but the rest of them are.
The Publix and Chinese food.
Yep.
On the front
and a nail
side
bar. But
and
a nail bar.
Any Walmart, you're gonna find Chinese food.
Cool. So with that, we got to wrap up because we're like way overdue. But Bob, thanks, man. Thanks for coming.
Thanks.
We really appreciate it.
Honestly, I had more fun than I expected.
Yeah.
So this is definitely.
We're not so bad,
guys. This is why you should come on. So we want to thank Lightning Bog, but we're going to thank you to Jamie and Mike for coming.
Even though Mike's off camera, we've been having fun. We're smoking cigars over here.
And they are. They're over there. You can't see them. He is off of Teo's side.
And thanks to Howard, the unknown keyboard drummer
Warrior.
guy.
Howard's
back
actually
there.
in the back in mourning because Mike Evans was released from the Bucks.
Yeah.
And so he's just sitting in the back still crying.
Shout
in
out
the
to San
corner,
Francisco.
Yep.
Right?
Exactly.
He's
Oh,
literally, he's sad.
eat,
He's
sleep,
crying.
Bucks,
Hey,
repeat.
look at the bright side. We got him in his best years.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I
Yeah, they
said.
get like the
I'm
old
honestly-
age. They get the old age Evans. So
You know,
I
and, you know,
honestly
he
think
had
it's a
he,
good idea
he
for
didn't
the Bucks.
he didn't do too. You know what I'm saying? He
He's
was
been
out.
injured.
Yeah.
He's been injured. You know, you don't come back from something like that.
No.
Howard's still crying though.
Yeah, when
I mean, but he's still a good look for the Bucks. Just saying, you know,
Yeah.
San Francisco is gonna might be forgotten.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I said to Howard. I said I'm not really sad about it because
but 50 million
got
bucks
him
is
in his
50
best
million
years.
bucks or 60 million bucks or whatever it is.
right. Do I blame Mike Evans? Not at all.
That
No,
that's
you go get
that's
you.
FU money.
There's so
Goodbye.
many trades happening all over the place. I mean, this
Ian
Bears.
crying.
All right, we can go on for hours, so
Yeah.
we'll wrap this up. But everybody, hey, thanks for watching and have fun, and we'll see you next week. All right,
Absolutely. Talk to you
see ya.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you tired of streaks? Not those type of streaks. Not this kind of streaking either. What the heck? The streaking that I'm talking about is on your roof. We use shingles with a high copper content to give your roof a clean, sharp, streak-free appearance for years to come.